so today's topic I'm uber excited about is cheating.
Uber. The ultimate double standard.
Yes.
I feel
That's exactly how I was about to say it. Because it is that serious.
It gotta be like
doom, doom, doom.
The SVU music, like when the music, when the words type on the screen, cheating. The ultimate double standard.
Okay, yes. So where do we want to start? So on Facebook, the comments were, paragraphs, thesis. People really felt some type of way. And so let me just give this disclaimer. If you wrote a long post, do not get mad if you are misquoted, because we can't read the whole entire thing. So we're going to read some of it or different stuff that we feel like is a point we can start with, basically. So one of the first things that I have, which is one of the things a lot of guys said, is that men are wired differently. So men are more likely to cheat, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And he also said that women are emotional. So when you view a woman to have sex with somebody else, then you think it's an emotional thing. But I want to read exactly what he said when he said that, because there was a little glitch that I felt like. And hold on. So he's okay.
BS, yeah, y'all already on.
Who?
That's somebody for BS.
Yes. Okay, so he said, blah blah blah. So this was about a woman accepting it. He said, as far as the acceptance, I think women are way more in tune with their emotions than men. You sleep with a woman and your lady find out, she's more forgiving if it was just a physical thing. She gets that you made a mistake. She has time invested. And that very same in tune with your emotions is the reason men can't accept a woman cheating on them, because they know it's more than physical majority of the time. A man can go out today, find a woman at the gas station and smash and think nothing of it. A woman meets a man at the same gas station. She's going to invest some time in him before giving up the yams, LOL. So my thing is, for you to say that women are more emotional than men would be the number one reason you should not cheat on a woman. Because she's like, which one is worse? Like being emotionally invested. If you know a woman is so emotional, why would you even use that to justify why it's worse for a woman to cheat? Why not? Because it could go both ways. That's how I would think. Like, would you want to emotionally destroy her? Maybe. I guess that's the problem. You got a comment? Or do you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something about that. Basically, based on what you said, also, it's the same thing. First of all, cheat either way, left or right, man or woman, it's wrong. Like, the object of cheating starts way back in the day. The thought process of it. Don't do something to somebody that you don't want to do, that you wouldn't want them to do to you. Right. Like, we learned that when we was kids. Lord knows we ain't knew we was still going to be thinking about that when I'm 27 years old. I'm still thinking about, don't do what you want somebody to do. And that's real life. And I also think that, like you said, when investing in a person, which is what we talked about 2 weeks ago, we was talking about don't be dating, don't take somebody too serious, or whatever the case may be. At this point, if I'm giving you my time, the last thing that should be done is me being cheated on or me cheating on you. Because I would hope to think that people are trying to be serious. And seeing the fact that you do know I am emotionally invested in you so much, where is the what's the word? Compassion. Where is this reciprocation? Yeah. Where is anything at?
But now, okay, so then there became a debate. Ms. K5 said, giving another attention you wouldn't want your person to know about or lie about is cheating. True. So then there became a debate on this comment between a girl who commented and said that she doesn't like, his explanation. And she said that she thinks that women are more likely to stay with a man because of what the man may be providing. So him cheating on you one time may outweigh his security. So then the guy asked her, so are you saying, security keeps a woman? And he said, no, but I think that if you're paying my bills and spoiling me and whatever, that I can get over the one time. But if you are continuously cheating, then it's a problem. So my thing would be, whenever you form a loophole in a rule, there's a hole. Meaning more things are going to happen continuously. So if you say that one time would be, you could maybe one time because of this and that, at what point do you stop equating materialistic things and other things in front of what really bothers you? Because if that bothers you that he cheat, cheated on you, but he paying my bills and he doing this. What amount does it take to buy you out of that?
And coincidentally, a post was surfacing on Facebook.
Wait.
It goes with what you're talking about.
Okay. It doesn't, but
okay,
I mean,
keep going.
I was gonna bring that up, but go
keep
ahead.
Going.
No, go ahead. You can go ahead. Go ahead. Oh my gosh. No, for real. Go ahead.
So a post on Facebook is Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, and well, her last name is that too. And Kobe Bryant is his wife. And the post says 2 women that are happily married because they didn't let a little cheat and ruin the relationship. And a girl shared it, and her comment says, "Bees heal like Wolverines when the bank account is nice," which I felt like went on the fact of taking good care of a person, paying my bills, doing this and that. It's easier for me, not me per se, but as a certain woman, it's easier for them to accept it that one time versus if you're not doing anything for me at all and you cheating on me.
Well, the thing is, I think that post was really annoying, first of all. The second thing was, I don't like the people that are being used in the post because those are not the girls that we talk about that stay around for cheating. Gabrielle Union got enough money to be on her own in her life, whatever. And Kobe Bryant's wife, whatever, we don't know her, but I'm not going to sit here and say, all of that. But anyway, I think that to say that money keeps a woman or would keep a woman goes against the original point of women being emotional, because why would we say women cheat? Are they cheating because this man is buying her stuff, or are they cheating because the man is paying her attention? To men's belief, they think it's because he's paying her attention. He's doing something that you're not doing. So it doesn't make sense to say both things.
And
go ahead.
Yeah. And I think also for some men, they could think that their woman was cheating because of money though. Like if they in a low point in their life and they meet somebody run up and they got money, it's like that's just like when they talked about the thing on the Breakfast Club that time when Floyd Mayweather took the young girl and took her and her twin around, her and her sister around the world, and Charlamagne was like, he can't, her boyfriend can never be with her again. Like Floyd Mayweather has experienced her, has shown her life that this young boy could never be able to give her. That's all it means for you to leave her alone. So for some men, that can be an insecure stance too, and they don't want to mess with the female no more because of that.
Which is where the double standard is. Mm-hmm. Because a man can cheat on a woman, and 99.9, 100% of the time, he's done. I mean, if the woman cheats on him, he's done with her. Other way around, the women, chances are not that certain that they're going to leave that man. And I think that if we acted like men acted, we say this, if we did the things like that, not act like them, but if we were as strict as that, they wouldn't keep cheating. Or at least pick who they cheat on more closely, because mm-hmm. you'll know what you basically saying you're willing to lose.
Mm-hmm. That's real. And the whole cheating talk though has always been one of those things to where it's kind of scary.
So why do you think that women are expected to quote unquote tolerate cheating more so?
I think that just come into place how men are looked at as the head honcho and the women are supposed to be, like the submissive. So maybe it's like, as a man, as a woman, you should know that this man was capable of making this mistake. So the fact that you knew he was capable should be the reason why you forgive that capability. Although that's not right, and I don't feel like it is. But I just feel like the way some people's minds are wired, and also the women that accept it have also become the reasoning of why people think the way they think, as far as if a man does cheat, the woman should stay. The woman should accept it. But because it's not, but the real double standard is how a man would say it's so hard for him not to cheat.
Yeah.
Like a woman's hormones don't rage just as much as a man's. Like that's when it really becomes an issue to me, because if my homeboy can text me, sorry, I'm gonna get a little explicit, on Monday and say I'm horny, I could be horny the same Monday at the same time as he is, you know what I'm saying? And we just friends. But that just goes to show, like, your hormones and my hormones ain't no different.
I think it's like, don't insult my intelligence.
Right.
To tell me that us two people as humans, I'm more responsible than you, or I'm more in control of myself than you. That's what you're saying when you're saying, men are more likely to cheat, or, whatever. It's like, don't insult my intelligence. Like, that's just ridiculous. And I think that when you, with anything in a relationship, that's like if I tell you, this is my thing. If somebody tells you cheating is don't cheat on, I'm not gonna deal with that. If you make that move and then they break up with you, you can't be saying the story. You can't be on the side of them, but I'm a man.
They already told you.
Right. That's like if I tell you anything, don't put your hands on me, and you put your hands on me and I leave you. You know what the world? That's why we don't look at cheating like abuse. Like, it's now granted, it's some people that stick around and get abused, but it's some women that if she get hit, I'm out of here. That's your first. If you yell at me, that's the first sign that this is doing too much. But we'll let somebody cheat on us.
And we got a couple of comments. You don't care about someone enough if you're willing to risk the relationship and dismiss their feelings.
Yes, that's what I'm just saying. That's my point.
L. Dunlap said, "Wired, quote unquote, is an excuse. Cheating is a choice, and if you want to cheat, then get out the relationship," which is also a comment that I had in the chat. Why be with someone you cheat on? What's the point of even being in a monogamous relationship? Josh said, sex cannot happen unless a woman allows it. A woman has to give up their body, so the double standard isn't right. But if a woman didn't allow it, it wouldn't happen.
That's what they said on, what was that on? I just was watching it, or listening to it.
It is abuse.
That comment doesn't, I don't know. I get what you're saying, but the double standard would be who even though the woman allows sex, if you really want to say that the woman may allow sex, but did the man pursue her? You know what I'm saying? Did she also, you know what I'm saying, introduce herself? Like, is that what we're saying?
And another double, what? Are you asking him that, or are you asking me? Because I'm trying to figure out what he's saying.
I'm asking him to clarify.
But my thing is, this whole body and soul, women are not the only person that give body and soul. Soul ties come from a man putting his penis in a vagina and ejaculating inside of her. Even if he doesn't ejaculate inside of her, his body is still inside of her body. So don't get it twisted like just because as a male, because you're the man, you're not giving out your body and soul, because you are too. And
I think we're putting a lot of over dramatics on the woman of having sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, like does every woman feel like my soul?
No, and
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
We're being over dramatic.
Right, and that's another thing. Men don't think that women are the pimp that they are. That's the real tea. Men think that when they're not in a relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
But when a man is in a relationship, he's not thinking that his girlfriend or his wife or whoever would cheat on him. He's not thinking that she'll just go out and have random sex. But honestly, there's women that are having random sex and they're not thinking about their soul. They're not thinking about anybody tapping in. They're thinking about a nut. They're thinking about having an orgasm. That's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about a sexual attraction that they have to a person and they want to feed that
But
need.
I do think where the thing comes in, where people use the emotional thing, is that when we're talking about somebody that's in a committed relationship, women are going to be emotionally involved and emotionally there. So it's going to be, quote unquote, maybe we trying to say it's more serious or a bigger tie to a woman. Maybe that's what we trying to say. But if we're in a committed relationship, yes, the woman is going to be more emotional and whatever. But
that's only in the committed relationship.
Right, but at the same time, if we're in a committed relationship, we are expecting that you are equally emotionally committed.
Correct.
So for you to be in a committed relationship and we had a conversation, this ain't talking about no craziness like situationship. Talking about we had a conversation, we know where we stand, we are moving right along, and then you gonna cheat on me. It's like, what we doing here?
Right, but that's really the thing that gets me when all the soul ties women watch who y'all having sex out here laying with. Y'all, it's men. Men watch who y'all having sex with. Spirits carry themselves in sex. So y'all watch who y'all having sex with too. It's not just one species or one gender that can, hurt or help the other person. Like it's duo. It's two things. The man can't stick his penis in a vagina and it's not like, if it wasn't a vagina, it wouldn't be a penis. If it wasn't a penis, it wouldn't be a vagina. They go hand in hand.
You can't be a cheater with the conscience, America said. And I was great segue, because cheating is so cowardly. Because the thing would be, when we say, it sounds good to say if you're going to cheat, don't be in a relationship. But the fact of the matter is, maybe people aren't happy, maybe they're in a relationship, and they should then at that point have a conversation with the person, which was on the real the other day. They were saying, what do you say, or, whatever, and the women were saying, you have to be like, I'm unhappy. If the guy wants to be, not saying you're trying to break up with him, but that's saying the conversation needs to be had so that we can decide if we need to break up. Right. Or are we going to try to fix this? Or do you realize that I feel like you don't pay me attention? Or do you realize that I'm not I don't feel like you're uplifting me. Whatever the issue may be, that has to be laid out there. And then if the other person not willing to fix it or it doesn't get fixed, then break up. But don't go cheat on them because so you can say, well, you ain't paying me no attention. That's cowardly. Are we not grown-ups? Are we not having conversations and functioning in the real world? Like, F off.
And that's what it comes to. Like, there's no excuse. One of my friends I talk to, I have communication with him, and cheating comes up often. And I always be like, bro, you need to chill out. Like, you need to sit down. You need to calm down. Just be who you know you can be. Because it's a little belittling to self to think that you can't be with one person. Who are you to think that you can't do it? Like, why, right, like, why must it be an excuse for you to do anything? Excuses are tools of the incompetent. So are you that dumb that you feel like you gonna cheat and then you gotta think of an excuse? Because you thinking about it after you do it. Like, okay, if this ever come out, what I'm gonna say that, because I can't lie to her. And then y'all do it and y'all... I just don't understand men. But either way, the thing is, men will have an excuse for it. Sometimes men need an outlet. Well, go to church and talk to a goddamn preacher. Go to a psychiatrist if you need an outlet and if you need somebody to talk to. What you don't do is find an attractive female to lay your head on her shoulder and pillow talk with her as if you already not weak in the knees for her. That's a setup. Temptation. Come on, we got to be smart at least.
I hate when I forget the point I want to make. But... we had some comments.
Yes, and it's...
oh, no.
Okay.
No, we read a mirror.
A man does give a part of himself up as well. Women can have sex with no emotion just as easy, if not easier. Women are more sneaky, and guys get cheated on all the time and don't know. And back to my first statement, it's young-minded to think you can put your penis somewhere and not give up a part of yourself. Kendra says, sex is special to me, but at the end of the day, sex is pleasure and greater with someone you love. Karma is always on the menu. It's coming regardless. Josh says, back in the day when polygamy was okay, men were allowed to have multiple wives and have sex with multiple women, but women weren't. So I think it's still embedded subconsciously.
Okay, I have a comment, and he reminded me of my point. My point was, the world, we talked about this when we talked about celibacy that day. The world has convinced us of what we are incapable of doing. It's like, just because...
Yes!
Like, just because there are men out here cheating, and there are women taking them back, and there are men with side chicks, and there's so many beautiful women, and there's so many women that's willing to cheat with a man, to be with a man that is cheating.
Like we said. We
think that this is normal, and this is now this is reflecting my reality. No, that's not, like, that is a poor excuse to sit here and be molded by your environment. That's, like, absolutely ridiculous. And Ladarius said, go to the gym, watch some porn. America said, I ain't gonna say nothing if I were to get caught. Not saying I'm a cheater, either you gonna leave or you not. Great segue. Question I asked Chanel, did you ask me?
I asked you today.
She asked me.
And we're asking y'all.
Yes, she asked me if I cheated, would I tell? And I said, absolutely not. First of all, and she thought that was funny. Well, I think I just said no. I was like, no.
You said no.
I know. Because
I was surprised, though.
I don't know. But first of all, if you tell, you're an idiot. Like, why?
That's what she said. People that cheat and tell are idiots.
You're either an idiot or you messy. Because what people like to say is they conscience ate away at them and they had to get off their chest. Oh, how nice of you to relieve yourself and ruin my world. That's what you would be doing when you tell somebody. If you did not get caught, if I did not get caught, I'm not telling you. Simple as that. Like, why complicate the world? And then you got to add the fact to people that want to still be with the person, definitely don't tell them.
And I also feel like, to piggyback off of what she said, if you do have a weak conscience and you know you ain't going to take it, you know you can't do it, even more reason to not cheat. If you already know you're going to do something, you're a person that will do something and you're not good with holding a secret about yourself, you always feel like you got to tell, you feel bad, why are you doing it?
No, we're not talking about if somebody asks.
No, not ask. We just saying, would you come out?
Because asking is kind of like getting caught.
Yeah, because you got caught.
When I'm asking, I already know. I'm saying, I done cheated and got away with it. Am I going to tell you?
Right.
Like, I just had to tell you what happened. No.
Now, I feel like if it's proof, if you asking, if I'm caught, then shoot. I mean, it's like, why would you ask me that? That'd probably be the first question.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you ask me, I don't know.
I'm still going to be like, why would you ask me that? Like, why would you ask me if I'm cheating?
And I don't lie. I, don't remember the last time I told a lie.
Right, but that's the bad part.
If you ask me, I either would tell the truth or not say
That's
nothing.
what I was about to say. The real part of me, I think you would know the answer if you asked me.
Yeah, it's just
You get what I'm saying? If you asking me, I feel like my response, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna ask you first. Why would you ask me that? But hopefully that'll get out.
So would y'all tell? Nobody's not saying y'all talking about what we talking about, but we saying if it was you and you cheated successfully, mission accomplished, would you tell the person? Like, I just think that's just so messy.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying.
Okay, you would tell.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I was laughing just because you're like, no. Right, but it's real life when you think about it. It's like, so I'm going to come to you and I'm going to feel guilty and I'm going to tell you. Then in the midst of me telling you, I'm trying to beg you to stay. Like, that's too much pressure for both people and surely too much pressure for the person that did the cheating. Sorry, you ain't the one in the
but
fire.
There said, if you asking, you know, so bust a move. But I ain't telling. Miss K. Fife said, ask me and I would tell. Yeah, don't.
So
I don't like being back to the corner. Don't ask me.
Yeah, just don't ask me because I'm going to automatically be like, why would you ask me that?
Yeah,
like,
what you know?
Are you dumb? Like, then I'm going to go off.
What
like,
you heard?
Like, what did you hear? No. And you know what? That's real. Like, when people ask me questions and stuff about something, and if I feel some kind of way about
you be like,
why they asking me, it's like, why are you asking me that?
Like,
what you know? Like, did somebody call you? Did somebody tell you something? Like, what's up? Because the real thing is, people telling themselves all the time.
All day long. America's going to the grave with it. Proof or not, yo, proof lying.
And that's real. If you're going to lie, you got to be strong and wrong. Yeah. Somebody want me to ask you if you cheated, why? But you haven't cheated. So that's why I was going to ask. So stop telling me to ask her that.
Well, in my previous life, just wasn't happy in a relationship. I'm just
right, that's the first line. Man, you always listen to that he say, she say. You can't believe nothing nobody's saying. Did you see me? Did you see me do something?
So that goes to a good question. Is cheating a deal breaker?
For me, yes.
Everybody else, feel free to answer. Do you want to elaborate, or is that it?
And see, that's how it just is what it is. And I mean, we've mentioned this more than once on the show too. At our age, cheating is just not cool. Like we too old. No way can you tell me that you didn't know something was right or wrong at 27 and up. 25, 20. Honestly, if you know it will hurt your feelings, you know it's wrong.
Right.
Period. So
if it would hurt your feelings if I did it, pretty much. But
now, granted, back in the day, have I been cheated on? Yes. Did I stay? Yeah. Did he do it again? Yeah. So I'm a living witness to say, like, no offense to nobody, but 9 times out of 10, one time, that temptation will arise again. And as weak as he was the first time, if he ain't got no relationship with God and a prayer life, he gonna fall again. So
absolutely a deal breaker. Conquer Excel said. Yeah, it's a deal breaker. Y'all know. I mean, clearly.
And I will say, mine was always he say, she say, but at the same time, it was one of them type things. Like, I knew who I was dealing with.
I got confronted.
Girl, right.
Multiple occasions. Right. But after the first occasion, though, I broke up with him. So it was like, that was all I needed to know. But it just kept on clarifying itself that he cheated. But I think that the reason it's a deal breaker is because, and call me prideful, call me stubborn. But if you would break up with me, I would sure break up with you because I know you're going to break up with me. I'm not going to let you get one up on what?
Like, why would I stay
and when you
for something that you wouldn't put up with? And that's the question. If y'all going through some stuff and that person calling you and trying to harass you about something, ask them the question. If it was you, would you want me, would you act the way you want me to act?
And to the ladies, are we that pressed to stay with somebody that we knew wouldn't stay with us for that? And that's everything. Like she just said, anything that's going on, if I was going through this, would you be here for me? Like, that's not an even exchange of a relationship. Like, yes, Adrian said it on The Real. She said that she was like, I would leave him because he would leave me. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just, it sounds petty, but it's like, that's real life. We got comments that said, Joshua said, I don't even accept when a female says, let's take a break and then do something with someone else while we're on break. Breaks on it.
Yeah, because break is a breakup. That's not that's why it's called a break.
Ladarius said, yeah, especially, first of all, if a girl ever wants a break, she wants to break up. If a guy wants to break, he might want to sleep with somebody else. But if a girl want to break, she break. No, I'm saying for certain, if a girl wants to, no girl want no break.
She ain't coming back. She just don't want to say she breaking up. So she want to let you off easy, but she already got number 2 on deck.
Yeah, a girl
she already know who she like.
A girl never needs a break. Just heads up. He said, Ladarius said, what are you laughing at me?
A girl never needs a break. Just a heads up.
Ladarius said, yeah, especially if you ain't have a convo with me about what I was doing to push you into that. Miss K5 said, you ain't considerate of me and lack integrity, deal breaker. Josh also said, definitely a deal breaker. I would never cheat. Reciprocity is necessary.
So I have a comment about how the man was saying that if they're wired or whatever the case may be. So, and how men were saying sex is sacred. Go ahead.
Because this kind of goes with the cheating when you find out somebody cheated on you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another thing to maybe some more women, but the problem with cheating, not the problem, but where the issue comes into play is when people know. Because the embarrassment is really what, wears on most people. Like, think about how many women, husband probably cheated on them and nobody knows. If your whole street know your business or your friend heard that he was sleeping with such and such, you're more likely to break up with him to save face. So I think cheating comes from the embarrassment more so than the betrayal. Like, some people get over it, but once your family know he cheated on you, once your sister and your girl down the street, now you feel some type of way, and now you feel like you got to make a move. And I feel embarrassed from them. But I'm
like, you cheated on me, bro.
Yeah, but I think normally that's what happens. Nobody knows. Some people don't let it slid on the rug.
Yeah, if ain't nobody, that's true. That's real true. And I'm sure that will happen. Like, you not with us, but just with people, I'm sure it has happened and it will continue to. Like, if you cheated when you went in West Bumbafunk and you came back, and
because it's kind of like the same thing with anything in a marriage. Like when. It's kind of like when people leave abusive relationships once their kids see it. Or once, they be, as long as they can hide
it. Once it's publicized.
Yeah, people get embarrassed and then they feel like they got to make a move.
Because then what will people think of me if I stay? Exactly. But my thing is, if you're going to be bold enough to stay, be bold enough to deal with it. Like, if you're going to make the decision to stay, stay. And that it is what it is. Just like everybody that we know, quote unquote, has been cheated on, and they still with the person, and they still stand by their side, and it just is what it is. He cheated, and he's back, so what?
And if he cheated, back to the last week's show, you ain't ride or die. Like, what the?
So, about sex being sacred, I have to read this. Men feel sex should be sacred to us. How? And you dipping your stick in everybody's little pool, and will go back to your girl and dip it in her too, just like you did to others. Obviously, she isn't even sacred to you. You sleep with her like you do everyone else. So how can sex be viewed as sacred for everybody? Women have criminal instincts just like men do that science has proven is more intense when it comes to a woman versus a man. Why? Because we have discretion when it comes to sex, but some women don't. And we exercise control, which is something that men don't typically know how to do. Men will come up with any excuse in the world to justify infidelity when it cannot be justified. It is a selfish decision that is made because you have all the scapegoats in the world to justify why it is okay for you to do it, but not because nature inclines you to do so.
Yeah, that first point is so real. How can it be sacred for one person when
you can't do it
you can't do it with nobody else without the other person? Right. So it can't be sacred over here with the girl, but it ain't sacred with everybody else. Pick a side. But I was gonna say, let's just cut all the genetics, all the, urges or whatever men have that women don't have. And simply put, please don't be offended, but guys are just dumb. Guys just don't. This is not even just cheating. Like, guys do a lot of dumb things and say a lot of dumb things and logically think it's right. So I just really think that for me to sit here and say, why would you risk this for this? Seems simple. But for a guy, maybe that's, that don't mean that blah, blah, blah. But it's like, yes, it
That don't mean I don't love her. Exactly. That was just sex,
right.
Bruh.
So it's like the whole logic of the rationale and the thinking process is just different.
I just don't, it is. And I just honestly feel like that, though, because it's been encouraged, like we said, for a man to think that way. No way can we both be horny beings. Bodies can produce the same specimen in a sense. We both can pleasure, climax, whatever the case may be, but it's okay for one specific gender to hop around the world and do it however he may feel, and it's right, quote unquote, not really, and then if we do it, it's a whole nother can of beans. Like, I just don't understand how that even makes sense.
I'm gonna say something about the comment that was about polygamy and stuff. You crazy if you think those women didn't get jealous of other people. Like, just because that's all they knew, if they still have the same emotions we have, and we
right, trust and believe, it was issues.
If we're gonna use the other side of it and say subconsciously that's what's still going on now, then subconsciously we all know women are possessive and don't want you to be, you know,
Them
whatever.
hoes was fighting back in the day over the same dude.
I'm saying they may not have been fighting because that's their life. That's all you know. But that doesn't take away from your natural being and your natural feelings of not being able to be with somebody when you want to be with them. So you can't sit here and say
either way, right?
It doesn't work like that. We got a comment that said, the body is a temple, your soul is the aura of your temple. Cheating is a choice for either party, not an excuse. If you lack discipline to control your temptation, then you'll lack understanding of the power you truly possess to respect someone else's body and temple. Okay, on the real, I don't know what made me think of this, but on the real, when they were talking about it, they were saying how different it is that men and women handle cheating, and they were saying if a man, well, they were talking about when you have to sit down, so not you haven't cheated yet, but you're just like, you know, I'm not happy or whatever. Women are like, call their girlfriends, oh my God, y'all, what can I do? Like, why do we off jump going to what's wrong with ourselves? Like, because at the end of the day, y'all just might not be compatible. Y'all just might not be the one. You can't do for me what I want you to do, and vice versa. But women more internalize it like, oh my God, I gotta change. What can I do to make him blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, that's not your responsibility. You're not responsible for what somebody else does.
And if y'all, and the whole ordeal is just annoying to me. And the other question I don't know if we asked it, but it was something that was discussed about, do all men cheat? That question was posed, and people were giving their viewpoints on that or whatever. And me and Pierre Javon have discussed that too on the show before, that we don't feel that is a true statement.
Speaking onto my life,
right? And my life, I know my life, And at the end of the day, it's just one of those things. I feel like when it comes to that thought that a woman has, if all men cheat, quote unquote, why be in relationships?
Yeah, and I think that. Well, I know why, because that's what we're saying. Women are like we talked about the comment earlier about security and stability. Some women, well, all men are gonna cheat, but if my man gonna do this and do this
as
and
long
do
as
that,
I find out about it, I'm good.
Yeah, so it's like the standards that it's the mindset that we think we have to live within. We think that he's gonna cheat, so I might as well get the best man that's gonna cheat. So then we adapt to that, and we are led to believe that we have to accept that, and that's like bullcrap. Like, I don't know.
And I just can't say it enough. Like right now, like y'all, if y'all with somebody, the urge to cheat, like you should definitely be able to control that by now. Cause you ain't first of all, the real thing
first of all, it's a lot of buildup.
Men ain't always having sex. As much as contrary to popular belief, men don't have sex that often. They don't. Maybe back in the day when you was young, you had everything popping and skipping and hopping. But the thing is, men are already not having sex like that. So if you get into a relationship and you decide to step out just to have some sex that you wasn't even having before you got a person, like what? You wasn't even getting it popping like that when you was single. So why would you finally get something that obviously you quote unquote wanted? You wanted it, but you gonna go do something that you wasn't even doing before. It makes no sense.
And if I was, we all know the classic story of the person that cheats on somebody and then ends up with the person. Come on, karma is alive and well. He cheated with you. He'll cheat on you. And we say all the time, women, we run the world. Like, if we didn't accept the man cheating, and if we didn't be the woman that he's cheating with when we know he got a wife or a girlfriend, oh my God, the world would be a much better place.
Kendra says, women care if you give another girl too much attention. Do guys care, she's asking y'all, if their girl was kicking it and hanging with a new met homeboy regularly who isn't gay? Now, that's a little sketch.
Yeah, this is my theory.
Why would he got to be new, first of all?
Yes, that's my theory.
If he knew, no.
Yes, and that's what they talk about on the radio one time about being married and having single friends. And they were like, there are no new single friends. Because at one point you didn't know me. Okay, so you had single friends maybe. And if you had married friends, whatever. But if you have new friends and your husband doesn't know, or your husband's not hanging out with them, or your boyfriend or whatever.
Why y'all hanging out?
How does that even happen?
Yeah. Ain't no point.
No, but
No,
yes.
She's saying
but also the point, that goes to the point of what I'm saying. When you were saying you should be able to control yourself, my thought was the steps leading up to this.
Like, why would you even put yourself in those predicaments?
You're alone with another girl. It's just like a lot of things that's going on. Now, granted, this could be, we're not talking about just a random girl you meet. People cheat with their exes. It be, it's not like always, out the blue type of thing. But it's just some steps that lead up until, and it's just like, come on, bro.
I ain't with it. I just ain't with it. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't with it because it just ain't okay. Like, that's so degrading. It's so rude. It's any negative word. That's what cheating is. Any negative word that you could think of. It's just like,
trifling,
how
good for nothing type of brother.
oh, silly me. Why haven't I found it?
another
Look, and she say a
baller.
baller. She wants somebody to trick on her back in the day. When time get hard, I need someone to help me out. But no, for real. If you see yourself in those situations,
America
stop.
said cheating usually isn't an urge. I think it's more so acting on circumstances. I don't think most guys wake up like, I gotta cheat today. No, that's what I'm saying. Okay, Americans. I'm saying that if you cheat, there was steps that led up to it. So
Yes.
maybe y'all all went out. Maybe you went out with a group of people. At some point, just y'all went somewhere. And
and at some point, you
just
need
y'all
to stop.
Yeah, so it was steps to it. I'm not saying that you planned it. That's what I'm saying.
Every
But
choice is
which
decided.
and this is exactly why I said guys are dumb. Not to you
Yes.
Americans, but the fact that
You wrote
we
that
can
comment.
no,
No,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the fact that we're saying how you may have plenty of opportunities, and he gonna say that. I'm saying the logic that we just function on completely different logic.
Yes, but my thing, that's the thing. Like, see, the thing with cheating is vagina just ain't falling in your lap and you just catching it.
Well,
that's
that's
not
how
how
it
it happens. But even still, you gotta go somewhere.
Well,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
take
yeah.
your clothes off. You gotta
Yeah, no.
you gotta do something. You gotta have a condom. I hope to God you got a condom.
Yeah, if
it's
you
too
don't cheat,
many.
please don't cheat.
Right, it's too many things that lead up to. Even if it's two things, it's enough for you to know that it's not what you're supposed to do.
Right, and that's all we saying. Because again, if you're telling me that all of these things happen and you still are sorry, you're insulting my intelligence. Like, I started to put on my Facebook status that I hate excuses. Because this has been ringing in my head. This should have been my get off your chest. It has been ringing in my head all week. Like, I hate excuses. Don't tell me why you couldn't call me back. Don't tell me why you didn't do what you said you were going to do. Don't tell me
don't
why
tell
you...
me.
Don't... Just be honest and say, I forgot. Just say, I don't know. Don't give me a reason, because we all are living. We all have life. We all got things to do. We all got
And
jobs.
if I had time to think about the fact that you not contacting me, is you thought about it.
Yeah, like, I don't have time
Stop.
for excuses. Like, it's just like in all aspects of life. Like, keep it moving, because if everybody had an excuse, nothing would get done.
And my thing is, that's my thing. My thing is, if I lost it.
Okay, so we got some questions. Jasmine needs to meet Miss K5. Well, when we have our event, we're working on it, y'all. Hopefully coming soon within the next 2 months or so. We'll have a live event. Everybody can meet. America's chest is full. What that mean? You got something to get off your chest? Americans.
Don't start.
First of all, don't be talking in riddles. I'm like, what does that mean?
What you was just talking about, excuses, right? And that's another thing when it comes down to cheating. I think when men will be like, y'all always like, baby boy, you always want to know. You don't want to know. You can't handle the truth. Truth is, I be out here effing all these beats. Okay, but don't tell me I can't handle the truth. Like your excuses thing. Don't give me some bull crap because you ain't called me or you ain't text me. Just keep it real.
Yeah.
I ain't feel like it.
Right.
Okay, I can accept that because sometimes I don't feel like talking to people.
I can accept it, and my heart is still open.
Right, and the thing is, the realness is what attaches you and attracts a person or a being. Because it's like, bruh, I asked so and so why he ain't called me. He told me he didn't feel like it. And your friend, and all the friend can say is, shoot, unless he kept it real with you. Yeah, and it's like you would still have conversed with that person.
Yeah.
Cause he kept it real with you. He didn't lie. He ain't thinking nothing around the corner.
So what's gonna happen is the next time you want to talk to him, you're gonna call him. You're not gonna be sitting around waiting for him to call you.
Right.
He might not answer because he might not feel like it. But
and still is what it is.
But so yeah, either way, you ain't sitting over here lost and confused.
Right.
But
that's one of my niggas. He don't like to talk sometimes, so that's why he ain't my main nigga. Like, at least you know how to put people in their places. Goodness gracious. I hate a cheater because more than cheating, they're liars and deceitful and manipulative.
Ooh, let me tell y'all, lying is an excuse, so it's all the same thing. But yeah, I really don't like my daddy used to always say, like, I want people to tell me straight up. Like, if I would ask my daddy to take me to McDonald's, and he's like, he really wants to take me, but he gotta work or something, and he like, well, baby, I might can take. I would be like, Daddy, just tell me, and he would be like, Javon, like, 10
But
years
it's like,
old.
no,
But
just
it's
tell
like,
me.
just tell me. If you can't take me, tell me,
Just
and
say
then I'll ask somebody to take me to Wendy's. Like, you know,
Like,
it's just like,
like
come
let
on.
me know off gate so
Yes.
I can keep it moving. Cause it's okay. Even if I hurt my feelings, it's okay. Like, you told me I can't get mad if you telling me the truth. And I appreciate the truth so much.
Yeah.
But we gotta wrap
Lack
that.
integrity. Yeah, we do gotta wrap it up.
But we gotta wrap that part up.
So we gotta move on to the quote. The cheating topic was popping. So
We not sure what next week gonna be.
we don't know. And we had discussed doing every other week because the topic world is rough, y'all. You know, so, but we'll let y'all know. But if y'all got some topics or y'all got some stuff to, you know, peep game or whatever, y'all know how to do it. Hit us up, let us know. So for the quote today, I forgot completely until just now that I had one. But luckily I have two on deck. And I think this really goes for our show a lot because we talk about a lot of things. It says, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of things we talk about, we don't know. Like, we're trying to figure it out. That's why it's a topic. That's why it's an hour show. If we knew about it, it wouldn't be a show because it'd be a minute. So the fact that life is not simple and interacting with people, relationships are not simple, figuring out your life is not simple, gives us all the stuff to talk about to figure it out in the hour when we do Fair Game.
And not even fair game. In real life, the fact that things aren't going to be simple should always let you know that it's always a way to figure it out. Or try to. It's always a way to make conversation, to make communication, to try to say, well, let's try this, or try to say that, let's try that. And that's just real life altogether. It definitely goes to fair game, but it definitely goes for life altogether because we try to figure it out because it ain't simple.
Yeah, and it kind of goes to like less about life and more so maybe about a certain thing, like maybe a field you're in. If you can't explain to somebody else, that means you don't understand it enough. That means you need to read some more. You need to learn some more. Like, there's always chances to learn, and don't be ashamed that you don't know everything. Right? Like, everybody doesn't. We don't all know. So,
and that's like. I mean, and it's great to say, you know, well, this is what I'm invested in, interested in, and I'm still learning about it. But as of right now, what I do know is, you know, it's like, it don't make you less of an individual because you can't go into depth about something that you might be studying or because you're studying it. That's why it's your major, you're learning.
And you never know who does know more than you. So the more you try to push and fluff and all that, you're getting lower and lower on the totem pole as we can call you out on your BS, basically. So it's like, don't fake it.
Right.
Miss K5 said, random thing to discuss, best cheap summer fun options in the city and happenings. We used to give one every week.
Yeah, we used to.
So
and this is about to get hot now, so we'll be able to do it again.
For sisters only tomorrow.
For sisters only. And happy early birthday to Kendra. Her birthday is on Tuesday. Happy birthday to you.
Jasmine's birthday is Wednesday.
Birthday.
Y'all are really kindred spirits here. That's what Jasmine's
Jazz goes legit.
Yes, Jasmine's turning 21, y'all.
Jasmine is turning 21, y'all.
Oh my God,
Lord,
the baby is 21.
Taurus girls, y'all
gonna
crazy.
Be ridiculous.
Nicole's a Taurus, they're crazy. But either way, we appreciate y'all for rocking out with us with y'all cocks out every Friday when we are available and when we can hold it down. This is Fair Game.
Oh, I didn't shout out my cousin graduation I'm going to tomorrow. Chanel, she's graduating with her master's in something.
Shout out to Chanel.
Yes.
Shout out to the Chanels in the world.
Yes. So, you know, we'll be back here same time next week. Tell a friend, share our video on YouTube. If I could be any brighter.
Tell a friend, tell your mama and me.
Subscribe to our YouTube page and repost our topics when we ask for comments, please.
Yes, please repost, y'all. Not just like, but it just takes 2 seconds to repost it.
Yes.
Like, you never know who will have an opinion about something.
Right, exactly.
So, either way, this is Fair Game. I'm Nelly P.
I'm Pierre Javon.
Life is not fair.
But we are.
Y'all have a great weekend. We love y'all.
Bye.
Hey.